Worst.
Thanks for waiting, everybody. We've got Coach Tillman here. He's going to start us off with an opening statement on today's game. Then we're going to open things up for questions. Go ahead, Coach.
Obviously proud of our guys. Just, to get to 9 and to be outright champs and just, we mentioned in the huddle where we were a year ago, not wondering what was going to happen and were we ever going to get back on the field and all the sacrifices the kids have made since August and, even this spring, all the testing, things like that. So I'm just certainly happy for our guys. I'm proud of them and what they've done. It was very much a team win, team defense, offensively, guys sharing the ball, being selfless, and just having that many stands in the crowd, the fans in the stands was just awesome. Just kind of felt like old times. Again, really proud of those guys. Excited for them. Luke Weirman getting his first start, I thought was fantastic and really kind of set the tone for us after a slow start. Really helped us get a lot of possessions in the second quarter to get things going.
Coach, you guys had 6 turnovers in the first quarter, kind of uncharacteristic of you guys. But then, as you mentioned, Luke started to win some faceoffs and you guys kind of turned it around. What was the biggest thing offensively that you noticed change that allowed you guys to have more success the final 3 quarters?
Yeah, the big thing we've been talking to our guys about is just be us. And when we are moving and the ball is popping and we're spinning the ball and we're moving in and out, we are really good. And we just have such an unselfish group that it makes it a lot harder to defend and it moves the defense. When we get a little bit stale and the ball dies and guys aren't moving, it's so much easier to defend us. And Travis does a really good job. Travis Crane at Ohio State, and they were organized. They had slides ready. We were a little sloppy with our stick work. I like the fact that we were fired up to start the game, and maybe a little too fired up. But we were so flat last week. It was really important for us to have some energy. And defensively, I thought we had it. I just felt like offensively, maybe we were too excited, but we were going to live with that. And then I think we settled in and we started moving the ball and spinning it and good things happened.
John, is that how you drew up Logan's goal?
We practice against the 10-man a lot. We know that, there are certain teams that if you're not successful against it, they're going to do it all game long. So you got to be prepared. And again, we try to be aggressive with it. That's usually, something we talk about with the guys is don't be afraid to shoot the ball. The goalie is out, and sometimes when they match up the way that it is, really the only person open is the goal. So you got to make sure you back it up, and you got to make sure it gets there. And luckily, Logan definitely, I'm not sure it was the fastest goal ever, but it got there, and just really good awareness by him. Nope, I think we froze.
Logan shoot?
Whoops, sorry, I didn't hear that, guys. You froze for a second.
No, I'm sorry. Does Logan always have the green light to shoot?
All those guys have the green light to shoot. And I thought Bubba's shot was great. I thought we had that back up. I didn't have the best angle. But again, all of our guys, we will practice it. We'll get in the full field clear. And sometimes, you have guys open and there were times we stick worked it out, but other times if they do a good job of covering the middle, again, that deep shot is really what's open, or maybe one of the deep attackmen. So again, I think we might have scored on 3 or 4 against the 10-man. So again, it's something that is, I think, challenging because people have different 10-mans. Michigan's is very different than Ohio State. So you're trying to get your scout team to replicate that, and that's never easy. And some 10-mans are very different with the looks and how you want to approach it. So last week, I thought they navigated it well, and today they did a good job too.
Thank you.
Coach, Jared didn't score until a few minutes left in the first half and then scored 3 in a row, finished with 6. What do you think changed there to allow it?
I think we got, we kind of made it more of a priority to get the ball on his stick. He's very unselfish, so I didn't think he wanted to really force the ball. He was kind of taking what they gave him. And then, Bobby tried to get he and Eric Maliver working together back there. And I thought that was pretty good for us. And we ran a little 2-man game back there with some other guys. So kind of put the ball on the stick, but also, Jared just makes so many different plays in transitions. He's going to get his opportunities, and he always has the green light, and we really trust him. So, a lot of times for us, it's just, hey, let's make sure he touches it. And, he'll make the right decision. If they help too much, he'll move it. If they don't respect him, he'll take it to the goal. So certainly nice to have a guy like that on our side.
Coach, when we spoke earlier this week, I asked you about the tendency to go on those prolonged runs, and you said you didn't want to get to the point where you're relying on them and kind of need them to come. But just how much of a luxury is it to have for you and your staff to just have the offense where it can go on those prolonged runs? I mean, this is the 9th consecutive game where you had at least 6 consecutive goals to build some consistent separation.
Well, you asked about what does it take, and it takes getting defensive stops and pushing the ball in transition, and hopefully in transition, hopefully scoring. And I thought we had some chances in the first half. Jared got a shot and we didn't back it up, and then I couldn't tell, and I trust the officials. That was a good crew. He went underneath, and it looked like maybe he stepped in, but we were close on that one. Getting those face-offs, but having personnel that can come down and put pressure on the other team. You always feel like even if you're down, you can go on a run just because you can get some saves or get some stops and then push the ball where they can't get their 6 guys on defense. And again, Travis does such a good job defensively for Ohio State, getting them in maybe some unsettled situations where they're not quite as organized and there's more space. You hope that guys like Jared, that really help them because he's so fast.
Sorry, guys. Lost. Any other questions for Coach, guys? All good?
Coach,
Go ahead,
I
Kevin.
just wanted to ask, Logan came out of the game, and then Geppert came out of the game. Them take it easy in practice this week.
We'll see how those guys are tomorrow. The nice thing, I know for Gep was cramping, so that's good news, right? Long term, but he was cramping. So luckily we've been playing 3 poles, so that was huge for us, right? A guy goes down and you feel very comfortable with, Ajax and Justin going in, and again, it's nice to have that depth. And then Logan, I think, might have rolled his ankle or something like that. So Anthony, our trainer, does an awesome job. He felt very comfortable going back in. So if it was really, really bad, he obviously no way he would put him in that situation. So again, very nice to have a guy like Anthony Mayo you can just throw in there on that lefty side who's been around, and a guy that you can trust and just kind of keep things going.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
We have Bubba Fairman up here in a minute. Yeah, you can take